So, tell me, what do you look for in a bad game?
Ooh, boy. I like to look for bad play control is always the first thing that I like to look for. And then obviously just not being fun is always something to keep your eye out, for.
How about not saving your sound options?
Oh, so there's no... If you change options in the option screen, it doesn't mean
it just does whatever the hell it wants. So it's like super loud right now.
Okay.
So I'd like to apologize to anyone who might be watching this later. It's super loud. I have no control over that.
Got it. That's cool. We are from MyGamer.com, by the way. You can go check us out there. Follow me on Twitter @ZackGaz, ZACKGAZ. That's Gillman Man in the controls of this bad game. And you can follow us on Twitter @MyGamerNews.
And I have, like, super little control over how this guy moves. And I don't...
Triton Survival is a sci-fi themed 3D action shooter focused on surviving, crafting, gathering resources, and blasting waves of alien creatures. Defending the Earth from invasion by surviving in Triton, a satellite of planet Neptune, where you'll have to build your base, craft items, breed animals even, harvest flora, extract minerals, drive vehicles, and construct weapons. Developed by Dreamsoft Games, a Spanish independent video game studio. And it was released in early access in Q2 2019. I think the full version of the game will be more balanced and will contain a full 4-player co-op mode and some system updates. So I'm guessing this was made by a small team of independent devs trying to do their best.
And I'm not gonna knock them for it, and I don't think they're, like, charging money for it.
Let's see. Let me see if I could find the Steam page and see.
There's no Steam page.
It was released... Oh wait, it's not out yet. June 21st is when it's supposed to be out.
Yeah.
Officially. So this is still early access. And I don't see anything about price or pre-ordering.
There's like an invisible wall right there that the guy doesn't want to walk up. And rock is just a resource, but quartz is a different resource from different rocks.
Like how you just have to punch the rock?
Oh yeah. And entirely looking like the same fucking rock.
And it kind of moves like you're shaking a bowl of jello?
Yeah. And I punch it, and now I'm getting iron.
Punching it a lot.
And like there's like no small hop. It's like
only one jump height.
Like you really can't control his momentum.
It's kind of a high jump too.
Yep. Alright, I've just given up on the vehicles, because fuck that.
I guess we can't go in the cars, huh? Ooh, what is that thing?
Okay.
A plant of some kind?
It's a creature, I believe. I'm just punching it.
Edible resources. Yeah, this is still early access, and the year is 2114, and the Earth has been invaded. Alien civilization has built a network of portals of Neptune that allows entry to the Earth by creating black holes in the atmosphere to our planet. You've been sent by the main satellite of Neptune, Triton. Your mission there will be to protect the portals, prevent the alien invasion, defend and build fortification around portals to prevent access, obtain energy to use in the Triton portal. You are the only hope for planet Earth. It has a day-night cycle with weather and cloud system.
Cool, I haven't seen that yet.
Energy generator system, powered by resources such as carbon, fuel, hydrogen, and sunlight to provide electricity to elements that need it. Automatic turrets, lighting, teletransporters, proximity sensors, etc. There's transport drones. Supposed to have 4-player co-op.
That's not implemented yet.
Vehicles with construction and customization system,
which I couldn't get into.
One of the bullet points is a tutorial quest. Oh, I'm sorry. What I just read was the future releases, features is going to be 4 players, which is coming up. So vehicles are in the game, but they're not. Yeah, so they're not drivable yet. Got it. Okay, all right. And then there's mounts. The tutorial is not yet available. Now I understand. Okay, at least they released the Steam page.
And when the character decides to like run, as opposed to jump, is just random.
Well, see, now that's why they get away with this early access stuff. It seems to be the new hot thing to do. Everybody's doing it because then it can't be, oh, it's not officially out yet, and we can still have bugs in it, and it's our excuse, oh, it's still early access, it's not finished. And they don't seem to be charging money for this, so I don't see, like, even a pre-order.
I couldn't even find it on the site that they were distributing it.
Yeah,
except for the direct link, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'm
if this isn't even in beta, so I mean, I will give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah, it just says get early access game, get started playing right away. Is not complete. May or may not change in the future. Yeah, that's it. There's no. But I guess it is supposed to come out on June 21st.
I mean, I've seen rougher games get polished, but this has a week and a half to get that polish. So, I wish them the best. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on, like the difference between, like, walking and jumping. Jetpack mode, press space. It's like, to run, that is so... I press space when I'm walking forward, and he just jumps.
So there's still a few kinks to iron out.
A few, yeah, a few.
You been playing anything else recently?
I was excited for, what was it, the Mana collection that just came out?
That's exactly where I was going to wait for your answer, and then I was going to unload about how excited I am for the Secret of Mana collection. So you can download it right now on the Switch eShop for $40. That's fine. I got no problem.
My issue is I was actually going to go to the eShop to download it, and then it was like, oh, it's $40. Never.
It's $40, but they announced a physical version. But the physical version doesn't come out until the end of August. So I was like, fuck, I really want. Like, I've been waiting since, I think I played Secret of Mana when I was, I think it came out in '93, and I played it, so I was like 10 years old when I played it. It's like one of my first awesome, I fucking love this game. Video games are magic memories, and when I found out that there was a sequel that was never localized that looked even better than Secret of Mana.
So there's a bunch of like that is a really broken game. You can actually there's a job system in that game.
I know the fan translation's been out forever, and I played it. I started playing it a little like many years ago, and I was like, you know what, this just doesn't feel right to me because I just love Secret of Mana so much.
Yeah.
So I never really got into it, and now it's like now that it's available, it's like, oh my god,
so
like, I cannot fucking believe this.
There's a fan translation of it out, and that game is like super duper. He walks really fucking loud.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's super broken. Like they don't calculate dodge correctly or something like that.
I mean, Secret of Mana's got a lot of bugs in it too, like a lot of shady hit detection and stuff. So it's not a perfect game by any means, but you figure at the time, because those games were supposed to be on the Nintendo PlayStation CD.
Yeah.
And then they had to transform to a SNES cart, and it was basically programmed by one dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's like there's entire sections of Secret of Mana that they cut out.
Yeah.
That you can tell straight up that they cut out.
Yeah.
That it's just not there. Like what is it? They reference like you when you level up one of your weapons for the like final time, it says, you know, this is super useful against dragons, but you just fought the last dragon.
They don't even have the final game. So you get orb. Every time you beat a boss, you get an orb. Then you take the orb to Watt, and then Watt powers up your axe or your boomerang, whatever it is, to the next level, whatever orb you got. But there's not enough. Like every item can be upgraded level 7 or level 8. I can't remember which. But there's not enough orbs in the game to reach all those, to reach, you know, the final level of every.
So there are enemies in the Mana Fortress that have an insanely low drop rate to drop mana ore.
They're something like that, yeah. But it's like it's buggy and it's not perfect.
And I don't even think that they're supposed to drop it. It's just that was something that like people figured out after like
so many years.
After like playing it to death.
There's a way to get the final sword orb. Actually, you have to cheat the game where you get all the orbs, and then you hit L, R, and start and select to soft reset the game. Then you start a brand new game. You fight the first mantis ant. You get that sword orb. You reset again. Then you go back to your game file, and then you have the orb. Like it somehow keeps track of the orb because it's like it's stored in RAM, so it doesn't fully delete or whatever. And you got to do like all this crazy magic trickery to get this stuff to work.
And what that'll do is you can have the mana sword without actually having to cast the spell. Because that spell does is make the hero's sword into the mana sword at the end of the game.
Yeah. So I'm, you know, when they dropped that bomb and then they're like, available today, I was like, holy shit, you know, like I cannot believe. I mean, how many years? I mean, it's been 24, 25 years, right?
About 20, yeah.
It's been over 20 years, you know, since Mana came, you know, if the first one came out, and then to say, hey, now it's finally available, and you can play, you know, Seiken Densetsu, you know, 3, you know, like officially, like that's amazing. And then the other thing is they included the Game Boy version of Final
I didn't
Fantasy
know why
Adventure.
They included the Game Boy version of that.
Yeah, so there's the Game Boy version, there's the GBA remake, and then they remade it again on mobile phones, and then they took the mobile phone version and they put that on Vita, and I am actually playing through that version on Vita right now. Like I'll play it for 20 to 30 minutes a week, you know, so I'm not maybe halfway done with the game right now, but it's kind of a bad. Like, all they did is they took the 2D skin and they just put 3D polygons, like everything is in the exact same place. Everything even kind of like moves the exact same way, like it's the 2D game, the base game, just in 3D. I almost think it's like worse. I actually prefer to play the pixelated Game Boy. I still think the first version, the original Game Boy version of Final Fantasy Adventure, is still the best way to play that game, because
a lot of people really like the Game Boy Advance one.
The Game Boy Advance one, I never finished, but I got probably 75% of the way through. And then, like, the game, like, glitched on me or something, because the Game Boy Advance version is different because it incorporates a jump feature that's, like, totally not necessary. So you gotta, there's, like, minor platform, but the jumping, it's not like Mario's nice controllable jumps. Instead, it's like this game playing here where you jump and it's like one distance, it's only one direction, so you have very little control over your jump. They just added it in there because they're like, well, we think we should just do this because. So I thought it kind of ruined the game, incorporating this dumb jump feature. So, and then, you know, there's no co-op, but there is no co-op in the original Game Boy version either. But the game's been remade a million times. You know, it's almost a wonder, like, why not include the game? Okay, I guess they got to do more emulation or something like that. But
yeah, I don't know, like, why. And they said it was the collection, but like they released like no version. Like a lot of those games have been remade a bunch of times.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could have, like, to make it a full complete. I mean, so the Mana collection came out in Japan like when the Switch almost like first came out. It was like 2 years ago or something. So it's been out for a while, and then everybody here in America was like, oh man, bring that over, and then finally they announced it. So you got the Secret of Mana collection, which is available now. You got the physical cart version coming out at the end of August, and then they announced the Trials of Mana whole new 3D complete remake. Did you see that trailer? So that's it.
Hey, I'm super not interested in that.
I'm interested to see, because I've never played, you know, really Secret of Densetsu 3, so I want to play the original version for sure, and then I'm interested in how
$40 is way too much in my opinion. Like, I was ready to, I was actually like, I went in to buy it, and it was $40, and I'm like, fuck you.
Well, that's the Square Enix tax. Of course they're gonna, you know, yeah, I
Square
agree.
Enix does not have the cachet they think they used to.
If it was available, like, I would buy it right now if it was available, but you know,
it is available right now.
Digitally. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for the physical card, but it's like, fuck, I don't want to wait till, like, you know, 2 months. You know, it's like the end of August, I think it's coming out. So, but, and they announced it's like only going to be like in limited numbers or something like that. It might not be available everywhere. So,
oh yeah, dude. And that game, there's like a lot of issues with that game. If they didn't patch it, there are job classes that you can actually roll that you legitimately might think are a good choice to make that are literally a game over scenario.
You're talking about Mana 3?
Mana 3, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I can't speak now. I do want to play it. I am going to buy it 100% for sure. I'm super excited about it. But it's going to be curious to see how they handle, you know, the remake and stuff too, the 3D. The Trials of Mana, they said, is, you know, the remake is going to be on Switch and PS4. So it's going to branch out other than Switch.
Yeah. Alright, so that has been us for this week.
Yeah, so this has been Triton Survival. Obviously a little rough around the edges, and we totally got sidetracked talking about Mana during E3, but this game is still early access. The final version, as we said earlier in the stream, is going to be released in about a week and a half at the time of this recording. But you can follow us at MyGamer.com, put us in your favorites, post a lot of good news and reviews and all that kind of good stuff. We stream every week. You can follow me on Twitter at ZackGaz, Z-A-C-K-G-A-Z, and you can follow us on Twitter at MyGamerNews. So this has been Triton Survival. Thanks for watching, and as always, game on.